going to do right slides first. So your shoulders were in set. I'm going to do horns up for this. Set. So you're going to forward march 4. And then once you get to that place, you're going to do a 45. You're going to do a 45 pointing towards your right, and then your crossover. But keep in mind, shoulders stay parallel. So let me back up a little bit. So I'm going to do forward 4 and then place to the right, and so you can see that. Da, 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 push. 1, 2, 3, place. So you place a 45 going towards your right. Now I'm going to show you what that first step looks like. So when doing your first step in a right slide, you have that place. You have to cross over and put enough energy to where you don't like fall over, and you don't cross your feet one on top of each other, because what a lot of people do is they'll place and cross it to where your left foot is going backwards. It's not what we want, because that would also throw off your balance. You want to place, straight line. Go off the angle that your place is doing, straight line. Alright, so let me demonstrate that. Da, 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 push. 1, 2, 3, place. 1. And see, what I did was an example. You don't want to fall. So like on your place, if your weight is not on the balls of your feet, you'll end up doing what I'm doing with my foot right there. The proper way to do that is da, 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 push. 1, 2, 3, place. 1. You work that balance and also have your feet in the right direction to where you're not falling over. And notice still shoulders evenly there. So next I'm going to do a forward 4, right slide 4, place, close. So when I end my right slide, when I end my right slide, I'm still going to place like normal. No angle, place, close. Alright, so let me demonstrate that. Da, 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 push. 1, 2, 3, place. 1, 2, 3, place, close. Let me do that one more time so I get in frame. Da, 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 push. 1, 2, 3, place. 1, 2, 3, place, close. And then when you're doing your slides, I don't know if you can see that fully, but when you're doing your slides, make sure you're still taking even sized steps. And if someone's directly in front of you, line up your shoulders and your bell right with the person in front of you to dress down. So next we're going to do a left slide. So on a left slide, the placing is the same, the 45, but towards your left. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, place. Let me do that one more time. 1, 2, 3, place. You have a 45, and then it's really easy. You don't have to cross over. All you do is you just push your left foot towards your left. All right, so let me show you that. I'm going to do forward 4, place to the left, left slide 1. Da, 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 push. 1, 2, 3, place. 1. And shoulders still stay parallel to where then you're prepped for the next step. So then I'm just going to do a forward march 4, left slide 4, place, close. Da, 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 push. 1, 2, 3, place. 1, 2, 3, place, close. And when you're closing on that end left slide, you still place. You may have not been able to see it, but you'll still place forward like you're going into a forward march. So place, close. All right. Next, we're going to talk about backwards marching. So when you backwards march, you have to push up to where your weight is on the balls of your feet. And so when I say push up, that's going to be on the push whenever you're about to do set to set. So let's say you count it off, da, 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 push. Your weight just moves the balls of your feet. You get a little taller and you keep that balance and work that core. So that's the prep. And then when you do your first step in a backwards march, you need to do it about the same energy that you would a forward step, but just backwards. So push 1. And hold that balance, have your heart between your feet. Hold that balance to where the weight is evenly on both balls of your feet. And then you're gonna second step, and so on and so forth. So in a backwards march, it's very important because when you're going backwards, you're gonna want to take smaller steps. But if you take smaller steps, you won't reach your set. So in doing a backwards march, you need to over-exaggerate your step size, and if it's too much, then you can adjust it. So, up, 1, 2, let me redo that. Da, 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 push, 1, 2. Alright, and then whenever you get to 4, how we've been doing that place, you're already doing the place, because you're doing da, 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 push, 1, 2, 3, place. You're already placing how you would whenever you're doing a forward march, and you just bring that back foot and keep that weight to where you don't fall on your heels. A lot of people, whenever we're backwards marching, they'll want to fall on their heels and they'll kind of moonwalk backwards. It's not what we're doing. When you're backwards marching, it's one motion, and it keeps the sound going one motion instead of waves. So that's very important for backwards marching. And then another thing, whenever you do your close, don't fall. Don't fall don't have all of the weight go back. And ways to prevent this is to really push yourself forward, but not too forward. So that means work your core and imagine that string keeping you forward. Alright, that is the end of the marching fundamentals video. So we went over your proper set, we went over forward marching, prep steps, backwards marching, and your slides. Some more things to remember is how to dress down and to dress in front of you. So when you're dressing, you're just making sure you're lined up perfect shoulder to shoulder or with the person in front of you when you're marching. Step sizes is another important thing. You need to adjust your step sizes. So if you have a smaller set with 16 counts, you need to make smaller steps towards that, because if you get to your set, you don't want to just stand there and look weird. And lastly, when you're marching, keep your balance proper, and that's another thing when you're in set. Keep the weight always on the balls of your feet and never fall back on your heels when any type of marching. Alright, I hope this helps for your marching fundamentals.